last 2 weeks, I'd say we've been talking about Monero. I think that's still going to be the topic of conversation. So maybe we'll just jump right into that. How are
Okay.
things going on the Monero side, the integration wise?
Yeah, things are going very well, moving along quite smoothly, I'd say. Really thankful that JP is also helping a little bit from here and there, which is good to have another pair of eyes on it. And JP is a very smart person. He's been in crypto for a super long period of time, much longer than I've been in crypto, and he knows this space quite well and these technologies quite well. So it's good to have another pair of eyes on, which is amazing. Um, I think that the PR as it stands now is about ready to be merged, which basically just means it's ready for the next phase of that development process, which would be in our case would be running it on ChainNet. And ChainNet is basically just like a staging environment just to start build an actual network with all the different chains, like the same thing as mainnet with just less nodes, basically, with real funds, real money, like all that kind of stuff, and start testing it there. Catch any bugs, issues we might find that and through that stage, obviously patch those. And then, once you go through that round, you test it again, make sure it tests good second time, whatever. And then you go ahead and, launch as part of 3.18.
Okay, so 3.18 is when it's coming. So that was the question I was
Yep.
going to get to. 3.17, is that getting close to launch? Do we have a date on that? Maybe I should know this. I'm sorry.
That's a good question. We've already cut it. It's on StageNet. It's being tested by the Maya team. They have a run through, like a run book. As soon as they validate StageNet and say that it's all good, then we can go to our partners, our sex partners. That sounded very weird, but that sounded wrong. Our CEX partners, and let them know that this is the final cut. This build, whatever the build number is, and then we have to wait. I think a week or 2 weeks. I forget which one it is off the top of my head, and then it comes out,
Okay,
and then
okay,
nodes
so
adopt.
okay, perfect. So it's getting somewhat close. Okay, perfect.
Yep.
So
Yep.
and so Monero, we're pushing that to 3.18. Um uh Okay, so all right. One question I have, I'm trying to figure out how to answer this question. We had specific dates, specific timelines, with cuts and releases and things like that. Is there a chance that 3.18 could be expedited if we had something like Monero that's ready to go, or is it more like very standard how we do these things?
No, you could cut it earlier if you want. I mean, there's nothing actually stopping us from cutting earlies right now, if you really wanted to, other than we're already in the process of validating 317. So technically speaking, once 317 is out, you could theoretically start the cutting process at that moment in time and then start like through that. The negative about that is that you're spending a lot more resources and time to do that. Because if you're cutting twice the amount of resource, twice the amount of cuts per year, right, releases per year, then you're also basically doubling the amount of time that it takes to validate those things because each one has to be tested and validating. So there's a push and a pull to all
Sure.
this, Um, I would love to have a conversation with our like sex partners. Again, sounds weird. About either reducing or even removing that limitation that they're placing on us. I find it very frustrating as an engineer that I have to sit with my thumb up my ass for a couple weeks, which I really dislike for some reason. But yeah, we could make it faster. It just takes more resources to do so effectively.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah. And the reason I ask is because everyone's so excited. The question, when
Yeah,
Monero,
yeah,
when
yeah.
this, and it sounds like you guys have been, I've been watching the GitLab. You guys have just been working so hard on it. You've been working hard on many things, but that is one thing. You guys have taken this and you are running with it. So,
Yeah.
from
I'm
the
still
community, I just want to say, go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm
Jump in.
still I'm still in disbelief.
Yeah.
Like I honestly am. I'm like, is this really happening? Like it's something we've all
Finally.
been I've been personally excited about for a long time. So honestly, I'm not lying, guys. It was one of the things that sold me on THORChain was the promise of Monero. Oh, I
Yep.
wanted to bring this up before too. Do you guys remember so that summer, I think it was it summer 22 when the tornado dev was kidnapped and thrown in a cage? And there's a big debate internally within the THORChain community. Do we want to go down the Monero route? And everyone was scared. And there's talk about forking the chain. And I created a YouTube video back then. I kind of want to play it for you guys now, but it was if you guys, you can tell me no if you don't think of shit. I took a scene from Gladiator, and when they're in the Colosseum, and
He's
what's
fighting
go-
the lions.
pardon?
He's fighting the lions.
It's Yeah, the lions. Everyone's coming out, but what does Russell Crowe's character says? Maximus. He goes, if we stay
Uh,
together, we'll survive.
yeah,
And
yeah, yeah,
he huddles them all together, and they fight off the lions and the chariots and everything, and they survive. And this is kind of was like my rallying. This is before I was kind of anybody in the THORChain community, but it was kind of my way of trying to communicate to everyone. We got to stick together. We can't fork the chain. We can't be separate. We got to stick together. We have strength in numbers. And I was going to this. Oh yeah. So anyway, so this was for me. It was a huge. This is big. I think getting Monero on THORChain, I think, is super cool. It's so like upside of the potential for volume and everything aside, just just doing it, just the fact that it's happening, and the first DEX of Monero without KYC is like, it's just so huge. It's so awesome, so
yeah, yeah,
exciting. And so it's kind of like, when you're like looking forward to your birthday party as a kid or some Christmas, you can't believe it's finally here, and it's here.
yeah,
Christmas
yeah,
Day is coming soon. This is really
yeah.
cool.